Let's talk icebreakers. Now, you might be in a coffee shop, a bar, the gym, your office, and you want to break the ice, you want to strike up a conversation. Sometimes you just need an easy way to strike up a conversation. No overthinking, no awkwardness, just real, genuine connection. Hi, I'm Nikki, and a lot of my work centers around confidence. So I thought, what a great topic to discuss, and that is icebreakers. How do we strike a conversation with anyone and not feel awkward about doing it? I'm going to cover how. I'm going to share with you 3 different ways you can strike up a conversation pretty much in any situation. So first up, be human Google. Now, what do I mean? I love this concept by Charlie Hubert, and it is about being curious, asking questions. What do we do nowadays when we want to know something? We basically put it into Google. So that's the same approach that we need to take when it comes to talking to somebody for the first time. Be curious, ask questions. And with this approach, we're not forcing things. We're not forcing that awkward small talk, which most of us just don't like. And that's why we avoid talking to new people. So here's an example of being human Google. You're in a new job, and we all know them water cooler conversations. So instead of saying, hey, nice weather we're having, why don't you ask a question? Something like, hi, I'm new here. Do you know any great places to go for lunch? So we're starting with curiosity. We're asking a question. What you might get is somebody responding like, yeah, I do. There's a great coffee shop down the road. It's a little bit off the beaten track, and they do brilliant paninis. You should try it. See, that's how conversations really get started, is by asking a question. Now, it doesn't really matter what the question is. Don't worry too much about how you open the conversation. It's the follow-up that is key. And the follow-up needs to be a feelings-based question. This is where we really get the conversation going. So it might be something like, how do you like working here? Or when you go to this off the beaten coffee shop or cafe, what's your go-to order? And now you see we're starting to get into flow, and the conversation is going. It's got started. The next thing that we can do to start a conversation is lead with a statement. What do I mean? Well, here's an example. So take a beautiful British summer's day. I know, rare, but take it. You are in the middle of London. It is really, really hot, and you dive into a local pub and you think, do you know what? I'm going to start up a conversation with that person. Now, instead of doing, oh, the weather's really hot, you could do something like big sigh, put your drink down and basically say, I have come in here to hide away, enjoy the aircon, and get myself a nice large glass of cold wine. Then the person you're saying that to turns around and says, same, I think I might never leave. And you see what's happening is by this statement, you have opened the door for conversation. And it's a little bit beyond the lovely weather we're having, which is maybe going to get you a yes or a no. It might open more dialogue, but the best way to do it is to open with a statement, maybe even be a little bit dramatic with it, because most of us are looking for somebody else to take the lead when it comes to starting a conversation. You go, you've started another conversation. So now we need to remember to do the feelings part. And you could say something like, we don't always get this weather in the UK, but when we do, it's stunning, particularly if you get an opportunity to be in the countryside, which is where I live. How do you find the heat? Do you enjoy it? And there we go. We're asking feelings and we're getting the conversation going. And my third way to start a conversation is in a networking or a social setting. So whether you're networking, you're at work, you're at an event, all of these things pretty much are an indicator what you're there for. You're there to strike up conversations. So it's an environment that it is expected that you will talk to a stranger. So what do? Here it is, the classic networking move. Hi, I'm Nikki. I don't think we've met yet. Put out your hand. So this is just basically a way of remaining curious, indicating that perhaps you should have met if it's a workplace. So this method takes a little bit of confidence, but remember, people are expecting it. They are expecting you in these environments to introduce yourself. So it's a great way of stepping forward and saying hi. And don't forget, the follow-up is a feeling question. So you might say, are you enjoying this event? And again, the conversation has got started. So what's the key to charisma? Well, of course, it is about being yourself and being authentic and being natural. And it is certainly about avoiding small talk. So the key to charisma is just to be genuine. If all else fails, just walk into that pub, sigh dramatically and say, who's buying the drinks? So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, hit like, share it with a friend. I'd love you to subscribe for more and drop me a note in the comments if you've got a great icebreaker.